I got loyalty, got royalty inside my DNA. Quarter piece, got war and peace inside my DNA. I got power, poison, pain, and joy inside my DNA. I got hustle, though, ambition, flow inside my DNA. I was born like this and sworn like this, immaculate.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Two wide receivers will be looking to be #1 targets on the field in today's game. It's Jeffrey's Eagles going up against Marshall's Giants.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This crowd a few minutes ago stirred into action at the side of their men in blue emerging from the MetLife tunnels. We're set to go as the Giants get ready to match up with the Philadelphia Eagles. Aldrick Rosas, the Giants kicker, ready to go, and here we go from MetLife Stadium. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Wentz now on first down. And his throw is incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. They run with Ajayi. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. Now Wentz. They set up the screen to Ajayi. Ajayi a first down and more. A good pickup there at 22.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
They go play action here on first down. Steps away. Ertz has it left side. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. I know when you got a top tight end like this, you want to get him involved, but when you do, you're hoping for more than that.
You certainly are. You've got to try and get him some space where he can make a play downfield, or at least an opportunity for some rack yardage, right? That run after catch.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Caught right side. It's Jeffrey. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. An Eagle first down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. They'll try to run with a J. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And he's going to go backward. They get it behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal. And this seemingly endless drive continues. Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
For the New York Giants, as their offense comes back out there, last year 3-13, and that was off from just a year being a playoff team at 11-5. They were 31st in total points, 31st in overall defense, so a lot of changes need to take place.
They certainly do, and frankly, the 11-5 season masked the changes that are coming now because their numbers weren't that great in the 11-5 season. Somehow they found a way to win those key important games and accumulate a nice record. But you look at the underpinnings, and you'll see the cracks were already there, and they really got exposed in 2017. They'll hit the restart button and have a do-over.
Shift together here from the D-line. They'll run again now with Darquan. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Second down, 8. Now Manning. Caught left side. It's Beckham. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield. And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way. Time running out here on the play clock. Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. He's got a man open. That's Marshall. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So the offense has it 1st and 10. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Manning going to throw. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you. Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They're going with Beckham on the end around. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here. First carry here for Shane Vereen. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. And we were scoreless up until this point in the second quarter. Now we finally have a little action.
Let's see where this action takes us. First quarter, no points at all. Now we've got our first score of the game. Well, does that signal that we're going to get more as we go along? Or will it revert back to what we saw in the beginning of the game?
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back at the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles? The backup quarterback turned MVP, 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. As you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game, not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game and, of course, people in attendance. A really well-played game.
On play action, Wentz. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. He got 29 yards that time. Now it's Ajayi. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
They run again with Ajayi. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, it's Wentz. And he's got it complete to Darren Sproles. And that one good for 16 yards and a first. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On second down, here's Wentz. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Play action to Sproles. Wentz. The open man is Smith. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
This is Ajayi, and he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Jay Ajayi taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl. But third MVP this past season, and what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams. But he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? The last 9 NFL MVPs to play in the Super Bowl that same season, 0-9.
Yeah.
You go all the way back to Kurt Warner in, what, 1999 when he won the double?
We were going over that stat earlier. That is hard to believe.
But he would have been the MVP had the Patriots pulled that one out.
Yeah, he still has 5 rings, though. 5 Super Bowl titles for Brady. On 1st and 10, here's Manning. Over the middle to Beckham. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Well, that's the Kickstarter right there. Eli Manning finding his guy, Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah, it's a deadly combination, isn't it?
It really is, but what really makes it work is just how unflappable Eli is with his demeanor, able to maintain his calm and his poise, because we know OBJ, he can run pretty hot and get excited out there.
Sometimes just one-handed grabs for him.
It doesn't matter what it is. Just throw it up there. He'll go get it.
Now Manning. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. Touchdown, Giants. Rhett Ellison, 34 yards. And the Giants are in for 6. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Rosas now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Eagles will take over here in just a second on offense. And Charles, as you look back to the Super Bowl title run that they just had, what were some of the moves that made that possible?
I'll keep it on the offensive side of the ball because I thought their front office did a fantastic job of having answers in case things happen. Carson Wentz goes out. Well, they had signed Nick Foles to back him up. That worked out pretty well. Getting Alshon Jeffrey as a weapon outside to help them in the passing game. Darren Sproles gets hurt at running back. Corey Clement was signed as an undrafted free agent. He filled in well, and they traded for Jay Ajayi. And how about Jason Peters losing the all-world left tackle? And Halapoulivaati Vaitai, who they drafted the year before, filled in quite capably. They had answers for everything they needed. Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again. Then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be third down at about the length of the football. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Remain here in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this time out.
Let's go.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. Now this time, Wentz will throw. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked by Darian Thompson. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. CD, I want to get your thoughts on some potential free agents this offseason before we change the possession here. Now, caution, many of these guys could be re-signed, I know, but who are some of them? Kirk Cousins is one.
Yeah, we're talking about difference makers. Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. He's going to be coveted around the league by quarterback-needy teams. Case Keenum had a big year. Could he move? But how about running backs? Le'Veon Bell, Dion Lewis, some pass catchers, Jimmy Graham, Jarvis Landry, Sammy Watkins. And about the guy who goes and gets quarterbacks, DeMarcus Lawrence had a monster year for Dallas last season.
Yeah, a lot of big names that could be out there as free agents. On the run, Darkwa. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Manning. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. On 4th down, off goes Manning, and on comes the Giants kicker Aldrich Rosas for the field goal try. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. It's a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they get the field goal near the end of the first half to expand that lead.
Yeah, that's got to feel good, but they can't let up. Now on the kickoff, they've got to make sure they don't give up a big return or big yardage to set up the other team for one last chance to score themselves.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Muscles him off. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. I want to give a hat tip real quick, Charles, to J.J. Watt before the possession switches here. Walter Payton, NFL Man of the Year. They totaled up how much he helped raise for hurricane relief, $37 million.
Incredible. Hurricane Harvey, which really hit the Houston area in a big way, and his original goal was $200,000. So congratulations to J.J. Watt and all the people who participated. And Greg Olsen of the Panthers, Benjamin Watson of the Ravens, both tight ends, also nominated and finalists for the most prestigious award as determined by the NFL, the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award.
Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A very solid gain of 27. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
From back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And the Giants ready to come out now. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. And this is not the way to start a drive. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll run it now out of the gun. They find some open field here. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That one good for 12 yards. And that'll make it second down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
First carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. The Giants on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. To throw on third down, Manning. And Ingram holds it in. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Fresh set of downs here. Manning turns and gives this to Gallman. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. Manning to throw on second down. It's caught. Beckham. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Shift together here from the D-line. Here's Gallman. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Manning into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. On 1st down, Wentz. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Ray Armstrong coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. Shotgun now for Wentz. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. Here's Donnie Jones now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Giants will get it now at the 20. New York set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Manning now on 1st down. It's caught by OBJ. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Odell Beckham, 65 yards. And the Giants add on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it. That should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Rosas now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. What a spin. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They'll begin the drive with a jive. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Now Wentz eluding the pressure right. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Great blocking, nearly sprung in there. 28-yard return. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape, 1st and 10. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
On second down, here's Manning. Throw left side complete. That's Shepard. Touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard, 41 yards. And the Giants are able to grow their lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
On the return, it's Kenyon Barner. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. Alshon Jeffrey so dangerous even when a defender's near him.
He's got such a big body, ability to run, positions himself well, excellent control. And you're exactly right. Even if people are draped on him, he often comes up with the catch. He really symbolizes what people are looking for in receivers in today's NFL.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Flushed out right. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Working from the gun, Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. So the D-line's going to spread out. Now a toss play. It's a jive. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't it?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Wentz now on 1st down. Caught right side is Jeffrey. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Alshon Jeffrey, 26 yards. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit. Now Sturgis on to add the extra point. He's got it, and the score's now 27-14. Elliott now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep.
New York set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll run with Darquan. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Brandon, it's all about pace and tempo now for them. They've got the advantage, so I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestissimo. That's too quick, too lively, right? But you also don't want to slow it down too much. You don't want to go lento. What you really want to be is moderato. Nice and even, nice and steady, get those gains, and close out the game.
I think that chicken parm from last night's gone to your head. Now Darquan. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Here we go with 2nd and 7. Now they'll throw it with Manning. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Here's Darquan. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge 4th quarter stop? And some changes here as the D-line separates some. On 3rd and long, it's Manning. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That will be their third and final stoppage, as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. Now they try the right side here. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. And now for the offense, this is play number 11 here on this drive. They'll get it in the hands of Beckham. He's to the 10. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. And the Giants will kneel it here out of the victory formation. Manning will take a knee, and that should be the final act in this one. The offense on third down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and goal. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Giants are winners as we say so long from MetLife Stadium.